African Union Communications, Early Warning and Intelligence, commonly known as AUC3I, is an intelligence and security organization responsible for providing signals intelligence and information assurance to AU citizens, AU leadership, and AU armed forces. I'm Colonel A.C. Oguntoye, an infantry officer. I am responsible for leading infantry soldiers at all levels of command and combined armed forces during missions on the ground. This is today's briefing. On the progress of the special military operation as of February 15, 2026, the armed forces of the Russian Federation continue to conduct the special military operation. Units of the North Force Group have improved their tactical position. Units of the Ukrainian Armed Forces Mechanized Brigade and Territorial Defense Brigade were defeated near the settlements of Myropilya and Melia in Sumy Oblast. In the Kharkiv Oblast, units of the Ukrainian Armed Forces Mechanized Brigade, the Ukrainian Armed Forces Special Operations Center, and a detachment of the nationalist group Kraken were defeated near the settlements of Kazachya Lopan, Veterinarnoye, Staritsa, and Prikolotnoye in Kharkiv Oblast. The Ukrainian armed forces lost over 180 service members, 22 vehicles, and 3 artillery pieces. 2 supply depots were destroyed. Units of the West Group of Forces occupied more advantageous positions and lines. The manpower and equipment of 4 mechanized brigades of the Ukrainian Armed Forces and 2 National Guard brigades were defeated near the settlements of Grushevka, Gusinka, Petrovka, Samborovka, and Blagodatovka in the Kharkiv region, and Korovye Yar in the Donetsk People's Republic. The Ukrainian armed forces lost up to 160 service members, 5 armored combat vehicles, 16 vehicles, and a US-made 155mm Paladin self-propelled artillery unit. 5 ammunition depots were destroyed. Units of the Southern Group of Forces improved their position along the forward edge. Formations of the mechanized and airmobile brigades of the Ukrainian Armed Forces and the National Guard Brigade were defeated near the settlements of Reznikovka, Kramatorsk, Cherevkovka, Nikiforovka, Konstantinovka, and Sloviansk in the Donetsk People's Republic. The enemy lost up to 130 servicemen, a US-made M113 armored personnel carrier, a Polish-made Oncilla armored vehicle, 2 Kazakh armored vehicles, 16 pickup trucks, and 2 artillery pieces, including a US-made Paladin 155mm self-propelled artillery unit, an ammunition depot, 3 supply depots, and a fuel depot were destroyed. Units of the Center Group of Forces have improved their tactical position. The personnel and equipment of 4 mechanized brigades, a Jaeger brigade and an airmobile brigade, 3 assault regiments of the Ukrainian Armed Forces, a Marine brigade, the Azov Special Forces Brigade, and 3 National Guard brigades were damaged near the settlements of Kucherov Yar, Grishino, Belitskoye, Toretskoye, Dobropilya, Sergeyevka, Anovka, Novi Donbass in the Donetsk People's Republic, and Gavrilovka and Novopavlivka in Dnipropetrovsk Oblast. Ukrainian armed forces lost over 275 service members, a tank, 5 armored combat vehicles, and 6 cars. Units of the East Force Group continued to advance deep into enemy defenses and liberated the village of Tsvetkovoy in Zaporizhzhia Oblast. Units of a mechanized 2 airborne assault brigades and 2 assault regiments of the Ukrainian armed forces were defeated near the settlements of Pokrovskoye, Dobropasovo, Vasilkovka, and Bratskoye in Dnipropetrovsk Oblast, and Trudovoy, Rozovka, Verkhnyaya Tersa, Novonikolaevka, and Gorka in Zaporizhzhia Oblast. The enemy lost over 320 servicemen, 2 armored personnel carriers, 8 armored combat vehicles, 16 vehicles, 2 field artillery guns, an electronic warfare station, and a supply depot. Units of the Dnipro Forces Group, as a result of active and decisive actions, liberated the settlements of Zaposnoye, Magdalinovka, and Primorskoye in Zaporizhzhia Oblast. The personnel and equipment of the Ukrainian Armed Forces Mechanized Brigade and the Territorial Defense Brigade were damaged near the settlements of Orakov in the Zaporizhzhia region and Solneknoye and Sadovoye in the Kherson region. Up to 45 Ukrainian Armed Forces personnel, 15 vehicles, and 3 electronic warfare stations were destroyed. Tactical aviation, strike drones, missile forces, and artillery of the Russian Armed Forces troop groups damaged transport infrastructure facilities used by the Ukrainian Armed Forces, as well as temporary deployment sites of Ukrainian armed formations and foreign mercenaries in 147 districts. Air defense system shot down 222 fixed-wing unmanned aerial vehicles. Since the beginning of the special military operation, the following have been destroyed: 670 aircraft, 283 helicopters, 114 297 unmanned aerial vehicles, 650 anti-aircraft missile systems, 27,704 tanks and other armored combat vehicles, 1,664 multiple launch rocket system combat vehicles, 33,296 field artillery pieces and mortars, and 456 units of special military vehicles. Thank you so much for watching this video. We hope you found it useful and informative. If you have any questions, please leave them below and we'll get back to you as soon as possible.